This is the Grizzly Peak Trail, about 3/10 of a mile south of the staging area or parking lot, facing to the southeast. Looking up to the west toward Grizzly Peak Boulevard, it appears that this area has been turned into a shaded fuel break by the Park District. A lot of this area between Grizzly Peak Trail and Grizzly Peak Boulevard has been treated. But then as you turn east from the trail, here's a eucalyptus tree, hasn't been touched in a decade, with massive amounts of bark, saplings, low branches, bark caught in the tree. Fire on the ground here would burn into the canopy, potentially starting a crown fire in the wind. A little bit less than a half a mile in on the Grizzly Peak Trail, looking back to the west up to Grizzly Peak Boulevard. It's only about 50 yards from here. This area has been treated with a shaded fuel break. There's still a lot of fuel in the ground, but there was a fuel removal process down to the trail. But again, if you turn east from the trail, this is a eucalyptus grove with never been touched, at least not in a decade. Massive amount of fuel on the ground. Trees are untreated, exfoliating bark, low branches, subordinate trees. There's a bay laurel. If it got ignited, it would burn up the euc. Of course, it's the euc that'll catch on fire, not the bay laurel. And there's 100 eucs in here. All these groves have been charted on our map. And about a half a mile in, south on the Grizzly Peak Trail, again, it appears that there has been some of a shaded fuel break created from Grizzly Peak Boulevard above down to the trail. But again, east of the trail, nothing has been done. Again, a eucalyptus grove here. This is the next eucalyptus grove of 100 to 200 trees with lots of exfoliating bark, low limbs, subordinate trees. And these three videos accentuate the fact that a crown fire in the wind east of here would carry flaming embers or chards over the fuel break of any width, 400 yards, 100 yards, into the city and into the campus, accentuating the need to remove the fuel from the ground in the understory of these trees all the way back into the park, probably a half a mile and up to a mile in some locations.